Keep watching Off TV, switch from all, and stay tuned.
Mama shofo nyina kye na masanso amadofo nu na akwaba ede aba okotoni mabusumene da edikan wo afe impimienu ni eduonu ensia yimu enano peyi eye ensam a ya boaboa no a edi adentwetwe wo manga na mu ena afe amanfo ekronom so aya keka bubom se off anopa kase bo na musomfo nana akwasi amufade Ghana nyina gina tum maba betena ha edimu entremu ene sani esibi ekoye edi eba bebo ubetimi enya yen ewa abefo ntentam fidi a eye Facebook eye Off TV OFF TV sanso ena YouTube onso eye OFF TV afi uko Google Play Store honso a ehonso ubetimi download ya app no na etumi aba phone so sani ebe ya bribia na eye bia no unso ubetimi ahwe yen ewo ho enso mana yeye tie na men so se ene ye fiadai na nyina no eye specific prayer ebeko so ewo Off TV yaso ya hase ne mo Refiners Support International ni nyina ne se wo ha ni amane da so no fo woni chiro ewo Taifa Johnson wusi wo Taifa Johnson a busa se wo hwe ba bia spare parts for no wona ehwa a mo be chiro o mo tipen ena ye wo tutu anamo na ne bra na be bom paye no so ne fa ekopim se premu ebeto na nyame nam na kwaso Apostle Paul Kofi Odroso ebejo afi yenhwe ensem no ni titro no ebi Professor Francis Dodo etimi akasa atrese ye din se ye pa etimi egu ho ma dwumeku efa ne se audit service a ebetimi akwanimu ama afi impuntuo ebetumi aba ye de ani so ebetwemu ewodom kase asoye omonso etumi ayensemtrofo nchemu etumi akase Ghana Gold Program edem wakase etumi edi aba yesikasemu sanso ena ye de ani betwemu enso wobupe policefo etumi asiw akromfo bi adwuma enokwan ewobupe ye betwemu nso ewo Ghana Education Service omobokoko se sukuu ni bi enu afi obetumi enya po ewo BC nso ha omobetro no ensu emu afi ayaka swansen sama esisi ye efa oba bia enam so ma awogiemu ne ba ene no etimi ahwe ne kra no menu ka semra se bedwani o ka so etimi de nani atremu afi gold board etimi atosika kwakwa edikan kra edi afri MP ho na ndran semban ene samije mfi edi tuja wasanchema ntemu so no eye miaku a mo ewo eye adwusu ene won aka epe srew achaw edi afri MCE ensem wei ene nsam ahodo bi no makeka ho ana meda me wuta osimanchete ebeye edusia na afi me ba metumi edi pona mabono masani mu ewo fidie mu etumi edi ama afi nyabre na echibre na ensamnumu enchomu no mintumi emfamawa na medani mani akwakopiemu ewo mampanyini efutufuo a National Anti-Corruption Program Professor Francis Dodo akase segani epese yekun etimi editie keta sese proye kankama ena afi ewudie kasia yemfa sese yepa emfantom fama dwumakuo a wo ho ebeto won ama obiara etumi edi wansam etumi akwakwana won na wakanwei ewe Kumasi Audit Service Jumaya bia fufra wotum ebie edi ama wo mo motimi akwatena ho akwakoye adwuma eno se auditors for no so mutimi nya tebia pa tenapa ebetumi aboa won osanso ka se abanu bema Audit Service enya ahotie sika eni adwuma tenene na yentie ensema omampani futufuo a National Anti-Corruption Program Professor Francis Dodo etimi edituja.
Fight against corruption is not an easy one. It requires constant vigilance, strong systems, and even stronger institutions that are empowered to act independently and without fear. Building a system within which tasks flourish goes beyond merely providing a beautiful edifice like this. The current administration will continue to protect the budget, the independence, and the tenure of the audit service, and will implement Article 187 of the Constitution to the fullest extent. We will ensure that audit reports are laid before Parliament on time, that they are debated publicly, and that recommendations are followed by action. Permit me to repeat this statement. Building a system within which task flourishes goes beyond merely providing a beautiful edifice. That said, one major challenge the audit service has faced is the inadequacy of office space, causing the service to sometimes, as the Auditor General just told us, have to operate from the premises of the very institutions that they are mandated to audit. And we all recognize that when auditors are compelled to work from such premises of the institutions that they are to audit, it creates practical difficulties and simultaneously risks compromising the independence and impartiality that are so fundamental to fulfilling their constitutional mandate. Including through this building, then, the government continues to support the audit service, not just in words, but in actions. The point was made earlier that infrastructure alone does not create strong institutions. A modern office building like this, no matter how impressive, cannot deliver accountability on its own. It is the people within the institution who give it strength. Those of you in the audit service, it's your professionalism, integrity, discipline, and commitment to duty that matter more than anything else. Your work sends a clear message that no one is above accountability and that the misuse of public funds will be exposed. An even stronger message is that misuse will be penalized.
Mi boremu ewo ensem fufuro ma na me de Ghana fo ye ni akwakopiemu ewo dom kasie ekuo a ewo mrase bedwafie ena omotumi agina simpie ene be maso tumi akasa ade atra Ghana eni mu adasanse Parliament any Bank of Ghana gold purchasing program no ama emfaso ebeye $11 billion na ye nyina chi no bank no hunu sika kokko beye 9 million Ghana cedis wo afi 2025 mu wase mfaso ebebe tire no ebabru ne wahwe imprempre no so ti Ghana fonko makoma to yam no munka hu se yera John Dramani Mahama aban a ewo so afi omode siseye pa ni anamopa e de ato ma Ghana sikasem eno ena nam so ena amane amabo akofoma timamuni bia ehu etimi eto wono ni sentino abani siseye de pa no ebetumi aboa afi aya Bank of Ghana gold purchasing program no so no ade mfaso bebre ena ede ebebre ye yentie nsema dom kase etumi ekai.
Secondly, the cost of building reserves through the gold purchase program. The accounting cost of the gold purchase program stood at 5.7 billion Ghana cedis in 2024 to 9 billion Ghana cedis in 2025. The program accumulated approximately 111 tons of gold in 2025, up from less than a ton in 2021. The gold itself has not been lost. The reserves are real. Let me now take you into the details of the gold purchase program and its impact over the years. In 2022, the total number of volumes that the Bank of Ghana acquired was 3.4 tons of gold with a value of $194 million. And the cost of achieving that was 74 million Ghana cedis. In 2023, we achieved 37.02 tons of gold at a cost of $1,554 million United States dollars, and we spent $1,372 million Ghana cedis. In 2024, we achieved 54.47 tons of gold, and we spent $4 billion United States dollars, and spent $5 billion in terms of cost to achieving that. In 2025, we moved the purchases from 54.7 tons to 111 tons. So it generated cumulatively 11 billion United States dollars, and we only spent 9 billion Ghana cedis achieving that. Thirdly, the accounting effect of a stronger cedi. In fact, to every side of a situation, there are positives and negatives. Ghanaians are enjoying relative stability of our currency, yet it is making our cedi value of all our foreign bonds much cheaper, and we lose value. The accounting effect of a strong cedi: when the cedi strengthens, the cedi value of the dollar, gold, and other foreign reserves of the bank goes down on the books of Bank of Ghana. And let me take an example to show. If you are holding $100 and the dollar is 17 Ghana cedis, that time the Bank of Ghana cedi equivalent will be what? 1,700. In this year, if you are still holding the same $100 and the cedi is now 10 cedis, you see that the money will now be 1,000 Ghana cedis. So the $100 value hasn't changed. But because of the strong performance of the cedi, it is making the cedi value that we record in Ghana's books to be what? Lower. That represents a cost. So the cost that the Bank of Ghana will mention include this cost, and that cost doesn't translate into any economic cost. But
mi boremu ewon semfu from me sadi ani akwakopiemu our auditor January here dine in kabom a okasa say betumi ama ahuti emu ni nyina no auditor January Johnson Ekuamoa Esiedu ana efrese esese wodi sika eto adan ene adwumaye bia so na tumi ama audit service enya ahotie obokoko se auditors tinabia auditor no ekosu mu a bebi omoye adwuma na ebetumi asai won adwuma okaye nso wabra Kumasi adwumaye bia offices ahodo no webue ano ama officers no akwakwatrim akwakoye adwuma and was and Sam Fata Sabiana Yedi Jumano Ubakono Newa and officers see at a time. It was a bino, etumi disika, etimi added to a dime, and yet to my Yabianaso, Sanya Baya, auditors no, and audit service no, a bet me enya hotie, Nani Sonsu etumi abem. Yankee Summer, Auditor General Johnson, Ekuamoa Esiedu, editor.
Every audit staff is very familiar with the challenges of accommodation in the service. As I speak to you, for all the districts that we are present administratively, we occupy just about 30%. In other words, the 30% offices are what we can claim to be audit service offices. For the remaining 70% paid because of our familiarization of our auditees. Today, a desire has come true. In 2020, when I became the Auditor General, I was asking about our offices across the country. And someone led me to this place. I think when you pass by, you can look at the pictures and you will see how it was in 2021. In fact, this whole project started in 2011. By 2021, it had been abandoned and become a ghost. But we took it upon ourselves to have this beautiful building we see today completed. We are grateful for the government. You may have been hearing that we commission other buildings of the audit services, but those buildings were sponsored by KFW. And so far they have helped us to build.
Mi boremu ewa semfu from anamidi many akakopiemu ewa PBC Limited. Omu managing director Sedu Yonye ena esrese bank ahuduo ema won breka kra na wonwe won siseye ehun sam ewa won aka omu ede wono etua ehun na okasansem wei ewa bra wodi woni etremu ewa jowulu Jumaya bia se obeton woniema esanka odi enu enti enam so ama osre se obesre wona wode wo muka awo mudi wo musika ama wo mo so mo mfa entim emfa ntoto koko ene enema wodo samunya butre emfa ma wonum nyaduma ekuonu ene Ministry of Finance ene afofro num eye adwuma atumi dia bom sane beya omo betumi ade omo hye de pa atumi ababonten na yentie ensema Managing Director Edima PBC Sedu Yonye etum esre edi free bank ahodo num eho.
The way forward is that, look, there are two things. We cannot say we are going concern as a business without clearing our image in the financial market. It takes us a business to do whatever we will do to pay off that liability, and we are working assiduously to pay as we had already planned with them. We have not relented. And two, we must also come to the realization that no matter what, the business will still continue. No matter what, we will still have relationships with the banks. And so for that matter, at least we have assets that are available. We cannot just get up one day and close PBC and run away. You understand? It's governed by shareholders and what have you. If the company would go off, it will still have to go through corporate governance. But my brother, let me ask one very good question. Assuming we just went on rush to go and liquidate non-performing assets, then a shareholder is not happy. Get up and raise a case and go to the same Commercial High Court that is giving the order for them to come and attach and liquidate our assets, to raise a legal matter pertaining to corporate governance. Don't you think it's the same problem that we are still running into? And that was the reason why I said they should give us the time to go through the corporate governance structures so that whatever we do, we are doing within the means of law, so that we don't try solving a problem and dragging another matter into it. You understand?
I understand. Let me just speak like I'm one of them. So it started in 2024, and you have been in office not too long ago. I think your assurances of revival.
Afi mi boromu ewo nsamfu from ayedeni akwakopiemu ewo bupe Savannah region. Ninyina no Ghana Police Service ena etimi esiri kronubokuo bi na wopese woye awiamu kronubodie ewo bupe. Omo de wabra handa so no ena omo kobo krono. Enam so mebi mu eyi polisifu asutre ama omo tumi akwasa won. Na numu no ena koye tomamentu weto na woyato. Enam so ama nipa benu amo ya kromfo etimi hwere omo kra afinsu benu ena omo atumi ache won. Afinsu omutumi enya etuo ensu banu etumi edi free wonu nso eho na sisia menu kasei enhwehwemu eda so ekoso yenti amane Ghana Police Service etumi eboye.
The Ghana Police Service has foiled an attempted robbery at Bupe in the Savannah region and arrested 2 suspects following a series of intelligence-led operations. On 26 April 2026, a patrol team on duty along the Yape Tamale Road encountered 3 armed men who opened fire on an armored police vehicle. The team returned fire, forcing the suspects to flee into the bush. A locally manufactured firearm and an empty cartridge were retrieved from the scene. Subsequent intelligence-led operation led to the arrest of 2 suspects. They are Osman Abdullahi, also known as Landan, and Umar Seidu at Tamale on 27th April 2026. During interrogation, the suspects admitted they were on their way to carry out a robbery at Yape, but were forced to abort the plan after being involved in a motor accident. They further confessed to their involvement in the earlier attack on the police patrol team and named their accomplices as Babuga, Kilo, and Malmi. The suspects later led police to a location along the Yape-Salaga road where a single-barrel shotgun with a shortened barrel and 5 rounds of ammunition were retrieved. In a follow-up operation on 29th April 2026, police acted on information from suspect Osman Abdullahi to get the remaining suspects of the gang at Bupe. At a guest house, 2 of the suspects were located. One of them, identified as Babuga, attacked the police with a machete and was shot during the confrontation. Both suspects sustained gunshots.
Me boromu ewa nsamfu from anayedi ani ekwakopiemu ewa Western Region. Eho ana regional minister Joseph Nelson asase wanhwehwe obia weja pete amena eyehu etimi adiato ewo suku ewa wasamanfi na enane nansasa mohwe yakase ba yadi mfonyini ane ensambi adibramu efa wasamanfi basic school kase eda ho akwabrane etumi akwakwa tu gadam say ejam na kase ewo ho a eye hupa eye eno enenam so ema eye regional minister ni koba sui watumi ase MC ya Poti se wonhwehwe sa nipa kro na afi wonfa womra na emra entumi eniwoni na yenti ensema Joseph Nelson our Western Regional Minister etimi edituja.
I'm so sure that the family is equally devastated. What I can say is this has already happened. No amount of words or actions that we put in can bring Abigail back. But what we can say is to sympathize with the entire community and the family at large and assure them of our maximum support for them. A committee has been set to look thoroughly into this matter, and I am sure that at the end of the investigations a full conclusion of this matter would also be put out to the public.
Mi boromu ewo nsamfu from ani ediani ekwakopiemu ewo Ghana Education Service for asye enu energy director General Ebo Kokko say amafra afin sori na mukotire no emfanse utirim sakwabrane edi apobe wram edi abrao na watumi atwere na ya solve mass yi from A to Z 12 question 11 near the abewram akwa no betro nso na wote ho o chance apobe ba eno no se wa odi wani ato aposo no ene obedu do akroka wunya nchenam emfa emoso eno tiri sukufo no munsia de ekwan biadra o masiesie edi sisie apo no o masise no asaso ka se wo siesie nsise ya ebema nsohwe no etumi aye kronkron yenti ensema GS director etumi edituja.
All students to prepare very well for the examinations. There is no need for students to panic or fear or be anxious because the questions will definitely come from the syllabus or the curriculum. The questions will therefore be within their experience. They should not expect external help in the exams room or APO, because we will do everything possible to ensure that students don't get APO. APO doesn't find its way into the exams hall.
Mi boromu ewo nsamfu from ani ekwakopiemu ewo gold board asye Andra gold board panyini yewla samijemfi etumi edinani tiremu ewa Daman Gold Mine Ibrahim Mahama eda ano oya Ghana ni dia papa nyame esra no no obo man Ghana fo na mesanso penasem mi boni dia na mesre efrise nyansa ni nimdie ewo ni tiremu pa na Ghana ni bia no abekọ no homo a omo Ibrahim Mahama nyame ensra o enu na ye MP Daman Gold ya tam edima papa yi sa Ghana ni nso betumi ayeye no Andra yada gold edi kan kra watumi anane no otabiri edi kokoma asami jamfi gold board se monje me ton edi amamum me fan koma jumaku ahudu bia da on free Ghana ha se ne be me sika sam no etumi agina eno na asami jamfi ekire mu kire se sadia papa ya ye ebe ma ye sidi no etumi aya den na reserve nso etumi akosoro we yamfa dollar ene koto ye na mo man Ghana sidi ya ena yedi ato enti enu donko be pese na nka ya foma gudi ayetu ni nyina no enye o man Ghana haya ena ya tono yetumi aboa me yetumi agina brane ye nti ensema God boss you Sami Jemfi edituja.
We had Ghanaians, our own Mr. Ibrahim Mahama and his engineers and planners company take over the Damai mine, what is today known as the Damai Gold Mine. And we are happy to inform you that their first output, which is about 3,000 ounces, the company has decided to sell 100% of that output to the Republic of Ghana through the Gold Board. And this is what you get when you have your own citizens, your own people in the commanding heights over the exploitation of your natural resources. Their bodies go to us, we'll be assaying it, we'll be valuing it, and we will be buying it for and on behalf of the state and transferring it to the Central Bank of Ghana, who will be reimbursing us. And so this gold will end up in our gold holdings at the Bank of England or at Citibank, where our foreign reserves are held. This is going into the foreign reserves of Ghana, and what that means is that it's going to contribute to the economic stability we are already enjoying. It is going to contribute to the strong cedi we all want. It is going to contribute to the strong economic buffers we require as a country. Mr. Ibrahim Mahama in the Damai Gold Mine has demonstrated today should be a clarion call on all the large-scale mining companies in the country that we need a gold to build strong reserves, to build strong buffers, and we will encourage them to follow this example, sell their output to us, who pay very competitive prices, and that is the only way Ghana can see true economic transformation. We are not paying dollars for this, we are paying cedis, and the gold will stay here. And then we can sell the gold for dollars, or we can keep the gold in our reserves. And generations after generations will come and benefit from that.
This is a historic moment. We wished we had done this in 2024 when we first made the approach to acquire the mine, but we all know what happened. But it's never too late. This is the beginning of what we hope would be an example to other miners in this country, that this Ghana that we want to build, we can build it in our own small way by contributing to the stability of the economy, building our reserves. And we thank every person that has contributed to seeing this. We have shown that a Ghanaian can do it, and do it better, and do it for the benefit of the Ghanaian economy.
For Damai Mine to has brought in 110 kg. So we have dealt with other mines, but then we've not seen this kind of support before. We know that this gold is going to go a long way to boost our gold holdings, at the Bank of Ghana, and to ensure the currency stability as we are currently witnessing.
Midi Ghana for ewiemu ewa no pansemi ni ede ne kwakopiemu ewa adweso ni nyina no aye NDC Asante region emakuo amu ho ana eka kire adweso MP say yerajali brana bebu nkotodwe nepa achao afafa ensema uka afa women's organizer Gloria Huze ehun na ni nyina ne say yasema min etumi asifie kama eno ato wo ede afa hon Adetiya ye the excavator egu form afi omusi ya MC na ye wose enya wono a maami sa to foforo afi wiakata ba na MC na sa akwa bubu edi egu form ada iboni ben na wode aye o enam eso amekoye nsam ahodo nom afi wabra MC yinu ewo hono wasan so tabrim foni bi ade beto eye ntintamfidie so ama media for transfer na basaka side tia ma me efe ni se Gloria Huzia na enye no kware eno enenam so na mo ka se na wo no from no ne na ba ye ubeye PC one time pe ene nyame aboa wo ene wa ba ba ya MCE entu kra ne yenimu ewa ejeso ha se enumo enti abrantie se wonya bre na yetumi ama udibra fa udibra no fa ye ne ye na ya mame ayeta na tie watumi aboa yen na ye mpuye peso be ya MCE na wanya na wo ka tane so obedi nani atu na firi ejeso ha de ene wo na obekọ na mame no atumi atena ene nti no mo se o mepa chawa ntamara sene be ya ebetumi aboa no na ye ntie nsema Asante region emakuo amu NDC mu ejeso etimi edituja
and some NSA I just saw MC Baya Bosuminie ya kwa fie ho ya regional women's organizer fie no was see no war oba na ya ta na chi se onje MC na oba ofie ye no anya kukuduro bubugu fom waso wanjin di se eyo na aye saade no osa akosi osa bugu fom we de obugu fom no hu ye ohu ye so ade na we mi sei wase unye hu mi bedi wani ama obetu afia je so ha ano de otini baby no de positive why den aba no so esanya kukuduro Emma and the body guys, every do a regional women's organizer. As I had the wrong information, Akoma media. To me, the regional women's organizer, you know, was Asante region, the modern mama, I mean, I had about everything bra, or what 17 years. Asante regional women's swing. And now, ye can't kabiem. Nayama honorable Jerry Asante, Aswa den, Ati. Na ya mampanimfu amuka bie won wo party mu aso ayeden ate say ye yantina se ama obi ofra brochire ebaye MC ebaye PC one time na kwanya bia mo na oye MC no one take party adwuma asenti no why na age so wode ye mama ni be den ebaye fom MPP wa ban kwa ye mama na embrace die hwehwe ne say on render apologies kase anya de ema maame no enu ne betuma yakoma ye de abafo no ma no kura ne mom na nda di ye de e wo ho
afi midi Ghana fo ewiemu ewo nsam a etwato onim na ye de ani akwakopiemu ewo kasoa eho enamrase bedwani ema awutu senya east Phyllis na koyo okuno etimi kwasra abusia wamba abige opoku awa yari ewo nyinsemu na owui awa kaso hospital ho nsam eye nehia yade ho nsam etimi ade brewo ewo off kasam for ini so na maami timi kwa kwachechira abusia no re ese wombo se obabua ama niema biada no etumi ayeye na ohani ama niema bia etumi ede free wo afi obesere abusia no nso se woni won entumi emfa enche ewani asie enhwehwemu biada etwa se wo yenso ama adwuma etumi ekoso ama ye ho adekodi port enam so ama maame no hwe ne kra ene ne bani nyina no ode sese de pa ebetimi agufom na yenhwe ebra wutu senya east MP Phyllis na koyo etumi de nani chiromo na afi akochichire abusia no ere ensema ode tuja.
I'm so sure that the family is equally devastated. What I can say is this has already happened. No amount of words or actions that we put in can bring Abigail back. But what we can say is to sympathize with the entire community and the family at large and assure them of our maximum support for them. A committee has been set to look thoroughly into this matter, and I am sure that at the end of the investigations, a full conclusion of this matter would also be put out to the public so that the perpetrators would be put to book. I am equally happy that a lot of issues are coming out from this very incident, especially when I put the picture on my Facebook page, and I've also monitored some of the media reportage from some of you people, my media men. So things are happening that we are not aware of, and it's good that things are coming to bear. People are bold enough to bring issues to bear. This aids us and helps us in the investigations that we are having. So all I'll say, the entire community should just keep calm. I know people are scared, especially pregnant women are scared to go to hospitals now, but they should keep calm. Investigations are ongoing, and then the right actions will be taken at the right time.
Aha, ne braba mame kwan na okoto nima bosumene da edikan wa fim pim mienu aduonu nsian mu ensama mede abasum no metumi ede abana wieye enti akase mfa enkoma the entire production team Mr. One Brown chakase enkoma on afi the great Kofi Same wona odi mi wura mframamu oso ha na wo mi ha na ofa ha nyame nsira wo dwuma dia udie Same nyame enya okase na ompejao afi enti akase emfa enkoma Gina Uwa MD Pharmacy wa La Paz Gina woni adwumayefo mo ho nyina da mede nchiakase de emamo ene anope afi oba ho fe papa bi Christine vekon oba ho fe nyame nsraw na afi onton super engo so on Cairo said na this ready ni wade nya de tie no ewrade yankopon yumfri adum enkwadum Apostle Makion Forcing o shami ewo US live Apostle ewrade yankopon ento super engo so na afi omane wo pe emre emu afi anti root awon so pam ema ene mema adie ewa humbo ni slow sport anti root nyam ensure root crunchy ata root ewrade yankopon enkaiwe de wo yin na enyi ahanam de wusie anopei nana oseya obeba betena se wahene nana na finsema edi adentwatue ewa Ghana ya boboa no ne ekoso efa manyosem efa pomuti ho efa yani ankasa yatibia mu oba be wisa edegu Ghana for some prowakata mu nsem yinada no ya betena se etumi edi abremu media ne nana akwasi amofade Ghana ina agina tum ansana me sorry so no ene eye efiada na efiada enye dubiada kai na sene so ema me se specific prayer adihia potempaye no ekoso ewa Refiners Chapel International Taifa Johnson baby as spare parts dealers phone ewona omachiri hwa usi a woso susha osofu gidigidi ana off TV unya bodi akropa yin odo beba ho na ni nan say fidua mu yefia ye yidie si wo the right order ubegina obeba wodi nyampa ya tumfo nyankopon ne betie na watumi aye ede amount ni sente ni bra fa wo hanu amane ni na fabra enkwaje botan ase a ya Refiners Chapel International asori dem ha na ye wo boa uba na beka wo asem kire na ni di ni Yesu no obeye ede amanwo afi na koa Apostle Pokofi Oduro a wayi na si ho no do hu na tira de ka ne ne ehunu ne de ka ne ne ehunu ne twam ka ne ne no wo se uba de hinta un bia no nyame bebie nanim na afi obeka hintasem yada edi de ache obetumi aboa bra na ntena fie amaka samfo yini so enu tututu na mo ne bra Taifa Johnson na me no ka sei na uba nkunimdie ebe ya wodia ohaw ne amane no ebefiri ho no mo atumi de amawo ene eye holiday uni abusuafo ni na embra na ntumi moa ansana me sorry no me busa ya city challenge odonko ene eye holiday ben ene ana ye ka ho asem me di we ejaw enumre me sanso aba wakwem me de Ghana for edisia me mahwefo nyina mo ni hwe a adisi